Hello everyone and welcome back to our YouTube channel TNV Academy. I'm your host Akanksha Mishra. So let's begin with today's session. Imagine if one morning you woke up and found every photo, every email, every document you have ever stored gone or worse stolen. This is what cloud security failures look like. We live in an age where your life, your business and your future sit in the cloud, in invisible storage, in giant data centers you will never see, in servers you don't own. And the big question is all this safe? That is where ISO 27017 steps in, not as a superhero, but as a systematic global standard designed to protect cloud environments from the most dangerous risk. Today I am breaking down the top 10 cloud security risks the world faces and how ISO 27017 solves each one with clarity, control and confidence. Let's begin. Data breaches, the most feared cloud nightmare. Data breaches are introduced as the headline risk. You describe how billions of records have leaked due to cloud misconfigurations or weak access control. In a narrative style, you explain how, in many cases, sensitive data was simply left exposed in storage buckets because nobody set proper permissions. ISO 27017 counters this with strong access control guidelines, enforcing the principles of least privilege, multi-factor authentication, and secure configuration of cloud storage environments. Now, misconfigured cloud settings, the silent killer. In this segment, you highlight that cloud misconfiguration is the first cause of modern cyber incidents. You explain that users often misunderstand their provider's security controls, leaving default settings unchanged or granting public access unintentionally. ISO 27017 handles this risk by mandating secure baseline configurations, regular configuration reviews, and provider-consumer shared responsibility clarity. Now, insecure APIs, the hidden entry points. Hackers love you describe APIs as the doors and windows of your cloud environment. If they are insecure, attackers can sneak in without anyone noticing. Many organizations publish APIs without proper authentication or rate limiting. ISO 27017 requires secure API management, strong authentication, encryption, and continuous monitoring. Weak authentication, password-based disaster. This section explains the dangers of relying solely on simple passwords. You narrate how weak authentication has resulted in unauthorized access events, data corruption, and account takeovers. ISO 27017 emphasizes multi-factor authentication, strict identity management, and privileged access restrictions. Now, shared responsibility confusion. Who secures what? One of the most interesting risks is confusion about who is responsible for security, the cloud customer or the cloud provider. Many organizations assume the provider handles everything, which is wrong. ISO 27017 solves this by clearly defining obligations on both sides. Now, data loss when backup strategy fails. Here you paint a scenario. Imagine losing all your customer records overnight due to accidental deletion or a provider failure. You explain how data loss is a real threat because cloud users mistakenly assume everything is automatically backed up. ISO 27017 requires well-defined backup procedures, regular testing, data replication strategies, and documented restoration plans. You demonstrate how this helps companies avoid chaos during outages or accidental deletions. Malware and ransomware. Yes, they can hit the cloud too. This portion addresses a common myth. Cloud is always secure, right? You explain that attackers target cloud platforms with ransomware and malware delivered through files, infected VMs, or compromised accounts. ISO 27017 tackles this by emphasizing anti-malware controls, network segmentation, continuous monitoring, and secure provisioning of virtual machines. You highlight how cloud users must implement the provider's recommended scanning and threat intelligence tools. Now, insecure cloud storage, public buckets, and exposed data. One of the most frequent cloud failures is leaving storage buckets publicly accessible. You explain how attackers scan the internet daily for exposed cloud storage. ISO 27017 requires strict controls on cloud storage configuration, such as role-based access, encryption, bucket-level policies, and regular audit of storage permissions. This prevents accidental data leaks and unauthorized downloads. Cloud provider lock-in, trapped with one vendor. This is one of the most strategic risks. You describe how companies sometimes get locked into one cloud provider's ecosystem, making it difficult and expensive to migrate. ISO 27017 demands clear exit procedures, secure data transfer processes, and contract clauses that define how easily customers can switch providers. This protects cloud users from being trapped or exploited. Lack of logging and monitoring, attacks that go unnoticed. The final risk is incomplete logging or poor monitoring. You explain that many cloud breaches go undetected simply because users didn't enable logging or review alerts. ISO 27017 demands robust logging, synchronized timestamps, continuous monitoring, and customer access to logs. This ensures that organizations can detect unusual activity before it causes damage. Now, why ISO 27017 is your cloud's safety belt? In your closing narrative, you summarize all 10 risks and emphasize that today's cloud-heavy world needs dedicated guidance. And that is exactly why ISO 27017 was created. You describe the standard as a safety belt for cloud users, cloud providers, and businesses that rely on digital services. You conclude by urging viewers not just to upload data to the cloud, but to secure it with a structured approach such as ISO 27017. Viewers are encouraged to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more cybersecurity knowledge.